Come on.
Hello. Have you ever wondered why it costs $35 to get your oil changed at a regular oil mechanic? Well, it's because he has to charge you labor. Have you ever wondered how much it actually costs for the actual oil that they're getting? It can cost from $10 to $15. A couple of things you need to know to do your own oil change is how the tools you need, and also how to actually do it. In this speech, I'll be telling you all the steps and showing you some of the tools you'll actually need to do the oil change. First, you need the correct oil and oil filter. The oil you will see on the top of the cap of your car. It will tell you either 10W30, 5W30, or 10W40. And this is 5W30, which I use in my car. Also the correct oil filter, which is where the oil goes through for your engine. So it's okay in that, this thing right here. Show you. This, just screw it on and put it right in. Okay. Next, a couple of tools you need. You need a ratchet set, which is in here. Let me show you more because it'll get messy. The ratchet set you gotta use to take the bolt off your oil cap, and also they can come in handy to if anything's too tight, or for the oil cap, they come in handy for that also. The floor jack you also need to jack up your car so you get under the car to basically get the oil out and put the new oil in. Also you need an oil pan, which is going to be used later on in my presentation to put the oil from the oil container on your car into so you get the new oil in. You also need an oil filter wrench, which I did not have, which is used to get the oil filter. You put it around the oil filter and you just twist it because the oil filter is big. Also, last, you need funnels and rags. The funnel is going to be used at the end when you put the new oil in, because you don't want to. If you don't have the funnel, you're going to have to just try and pour it into the cap, which is not going to work. It's going to get all over your engine, and you're going to smell oil burning when you drive. Also, the rags, just for whatever mess you do make, you need the rags to clean it up. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the steps to do the oil change. First, you want to basically lift your car up with the floor jack. You want to at least have 2 floor jacks. If you only have one, that's okay. But you want to find the main. There's about 4 floor jack points or jack points on your car. When you find that, you need to lift the car up. Also, make sure the emergency brake is on, so that the car doesn't go down the street while you're doing this. The next thing, when you lift your car up, you want to put the oil pan underneath when you find the oil plug. You'll see it, it's going to be all greasy, and it's very easy to find. Next, when you have that underneath, you want to take the ratchet set and make sure that you have the oil pan underneath the oil plug. Otherwise, right when you unscrew the oil plug, the oil's got to go all over the floor. With the ratchet set, it's a nut for the plug. You want to find the correct nut size and ratchet size and take it off. Take it off slowly, and then right when you see the oil starting to leak through, then you just take it all off. Next, you want to take off the oil filter. When you take off the oil filter, you also want to make sure that you have the oil pan underneath it, because there's going to be oil coming out of the oil filter. When you're done with both of that, put the caps back on the oil pan and make sure it's tight, but not too tight, because then the next time you go do your oil change, you'll strip it. And also make sure you put the oil filter on, a new one. Get a new oil filter and use the oil filter wrench to put it on tightly. Next, you want to lower your car back down and start putting the new oil in. So you want to take that cap off and put the new oil in with the funnel. So put the funnel into the hole and then pour the new oil in. And when you pour, it should be about, usually cars are about 5 quarts. You should, when you put I put usually 4.5 quarts in, and then when you're done with that, check your dipstick. If you see it's only halfway or you need some more, put some more in, obviously. Next, when you put all the oil in, cover the cap, and you want to check the bottom of the floor, see if there's any leaks. If there's any leaks, you want to raise your car again, and obviously tighten that bolt up a little tighter. Also, during an oil change, you want to check all your other fluids. Also, check your air filter. It's quick and easy. You just screw off the air filter box, and you see it. If you got to see if it's dirty or if it's not dirty. And check your washer fluid, your coolant, all those fluids, and your brake fluid is always good to check. In conclusion, the reason you want to do your own oil is you're going to save a lot of money. As long as you have the correct tools to do the oil change, the money saved, you'll see progress over time, because it's about only $16 to buy the oil and the new oil filter. So 16, and then you have 35, so you're saving about $18. So that's go over time, and you're going to see a big difference. Also, you know that you're working on your own car, and that no one's going to mess it up but yourself, which is always a nice thing to think about. And that's about it. So I hope that everyone knows how to change your oil now. And also, if you need help finding the correct oil, to go to your local auto parts store, like Advanced Auto Parts, or National Oil, that's another one. They'll get you the correct oil and correct oil filter. And if you need another tool or anything, they'll get you that also. And that is it.